Hello everybody and welcome to a new video of PHP. Today we want to learn about compiled languages and interpreted languages. We want to compare them in code execution. Imagine these are compiled languages like C++, C, Java or C Sharp. They are robust languages. On the other hand, let's imagine that on the left you see interpreted languages like PHP, Python, JavaScript. But I need to mention that Python is a compiled and interpreted language. JavaScript also the same. JavaScript is using JIT or just-in-time compilation. However, PHP is still a interpreted language. We are going to write two programs to compare the execution of codes in compiled languages and interpreted languages. During this step, we are gonna use PHP Storm. To install PHP Storm, we Google it first, then Google guides us to JetBrains websites. You can download the PHP Storm from that website. It's about 700 megabytes. If you are a student, you can ask for a license. Another option is VS Code. That one also fantastic. VS Code is a IDE. You can add plugins to it. Okay, let's create a PHP project. Okay, let's open command prompt. Okay, we write cd dot dot and we write cls to clear the screen. After that, we write cd.xampp and cd.htdocs. Later, we go through them. We write dir to show the directory of the current path. We create a PHP directory by using mkdir php. And finally, we write code dot to run the project. Later we explore these things. Okay, first we create a PHP file named index.php. We want to create two variables and assign default values to them. Our variables are first name and last name. We're gonna display the variables values in the browser. We need to activate XAMPP first to have a local host to run our PHP. Later we go through it. We go to localhost PHP, and this is the values of our variables that are displayed in the browser. If I repeat it for several times, we can see the changes in our browser by pressing F5. If I change the values of first name and last name, we can also see the differences in the browser. Imagine we also have another variable called descriptions. We want to use lorem 100 to add some dummy data in it. We can display the
the value in the description variable into the browser as well. The important thing is that, for example, if we don't have a variable called last name, PHP just gives us warning, and the interpreter of PHP continues the executing of next lines of codes. So when a warning happens, the code doesn't stop running. However, when we remove the semicolon of last name, we have a parse error. When a parse error occurs, the code stops running. Now let's see how a compiled language like C++ executes a code. Okay, let's create a project. We create a folder, name it CPP. In compiled languages like C++, if if there is a small error in our source code, the code doesn't execute compared to interpreted languages like PHP. Here, for example, we define two variables called first name and last name. We want to print out the first name and last name. We can do it using cout function in C++. When we execute this code, the compiler translates our source code into machine language directly. It takes about 2 seconds. The output of a compiler is binary. It's a series of zeros and ones. It's a machine language. Now let's make an error in our code. As you can see here, even you cannot execute your code in C++ when there is a small error, like when you miss a semicolon. So this is the difference. Your code should be error-free in compiled languages to execute successfully. Here we can see how a compiled language like C works. Source code is first turned into machine code by a compiler, and then that compiled program runs to produce the result. This makes execution very fast and efficient, especially for large or performance-critical applications like video games. But it takes more time to compile, and fixing bugs means recompiling each time. Look at the interpreted language like Python. This is our source code. The interpreter reads and runs the code line by line without creating a separate program file like a compiler. This makes it great for quick development, testing, and easier debugging. However, because it's interpreting line by line on the fly, it usually runs slower than compiled code. So in conclusion, compiled languages like C++ give you a speed but require extra setup and they need more system resources. However, interpreted languages like Python give you flexibility, but it often comes at the cost of performance. I hope this video is useful for you. Please share and like it and let me know if you have any question. See you around.